Let's take a look at applying fibers to an object that is taking advantage of cloth dynamics. So I've got this basic sheet here, and we're going to do the classic sheet falling on a collision sphere just to keep things simple to show this off. I'm going to go ahead and add a collision sphere. Okay, let's make it 2 meters, and those settings will work. And I'm just going to lower it below the sheet. Select the sheet, P for properties, dynamics, cloth, double click. Let's do some settings. We are going to want it to have collision, so I'm going to say all, and let's give it some gravity, -9.8, and preset. We'll just use thick. It's just to throw some settings on there. Okay, let's go ahead and calculate. Okay, so we can see that we've got some dynamics going. Now, if we're going to want to use fibers on this, and also if we're going to want to send it to the farm or anything like that, render farm, what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to save out that motion that we've calculated. So I'm just going to save motion. Let's give it a name. I'll do sheet 0002 because I've already got a file in there that I don't want to overwrite. So I'll hit save. So now we've got the motion that we can use. Let's go ahead and add some fibers to this surface. So Control F8, fiber filter, double click, sheet, activate, and let's draw them in OpenGL. Let's change some of the settings. Not that we can't have a high density, but I'm just going to lower it a little bit because I'm looking here and I'm thinking that we can make it look a little bit better. Well, this looks like a rug on the front porch or something like that. So let's just say that that's going to work for us for the style that we want to go with. And if I scrub through my timeline, we'll see that the fibers don't go with the sheet. Okay, so if you apply fibers to a dynamic object and this is the result that you get, what you want to do is you want to go back to your dynamics, go back to file, and for your playback mode, instead of normal, set it to local. Okay, and so now when we scrub through, we can see, and what's really nice is we are seeing this in OpenGL so that we can pan around and make sure that we're getting the look that we want. So we can actually see the fibers in real time in OpenGL. Even when they're applied to a dynamic object. So all we need to know if we're going to apply fibers to a dynamic object is we'll want to save out that MDD file, and for playback mode we're going to want to set it to local instead of normal. And that's just a quick look at how you could apply fiber effects to a dynamic object.